So I'm going to start off going over question 1. Question 1 says a model airplane is built at a scale of 1 to 72. If the model plane is 8 inches long, how many feet is the actual airplane? So, of course, I like starting off my question with annotations. So, I want to underline the ratio 1 to 72. And then I want to underline the model airplane is 8 inches long. And it's asking me how many feet is the actual airplane. Okay? So, we could solve this plenty of ways. We could do 1 to 72. And let this be 8 inches to what? Put a question mark. So what I like to tell my kids is I like to ask them, hey, what can I multiply times 1 to get to 8? Okay? So I would multiply 1 times 8 to get to 8. And whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So I'm going to multiply 72 times 8. Disregard that select all. I don't know why it's saying that. But 6, carry the 1, and then it's going to be 576. But this is 570 feet inches. The question is asking me how many feet. So how many inches are in 1 foot? Do you know? If you guess there are 12 inches in 1 foot, you're absolutely correct. So what I want to do with that 12 is I want to convert these inches to feet, so I need to divide 576 divided by 12 to figure out how many feet it actually is. So you have to ask yourself, well, how many times can 12 go into 557 without even going over? If you guess 4 times, you are absolutely correct. All right, then that's going to be 19. Bring the 6 down. And then you ask yourself, well, how many times can 12 go into 8? 12 can go into 8. I mean, not 8. 12 can go into 96 8 times. I hate when I do that. Say the answer. So therefore, the actual airplane is not 46, but 48 feet. Okay, moving on to the next question. Now, this question was on your first test with Priya and Tyler. And Priya and Tyler are discussing the figures shown below. Priya thinks that, or is it Priya? Priya thinks that B, C, and D are scale copies of A. Tyler says B and D are scale copies of A. Do you agree with Priya or do you agree with Tyler? Explain your reasoning. So this was from the first unit test or from the first assessment. And it says, well, let's look at it. I'm sorry, I'm about to read the question again, but let's look at it, okay? So I want to use this grid to find measurements, the measurements of A. So A is 1 unit all the way around. I'm just going to put 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit. It's just 1 unit all the way around. So I want to find out which one is the scale copy. So she thinks it's B, C, and D. So all the other ones are scale copies. And Tyler says it's B and D. So on your test, if you said that neither were correct, you were absolutely right. So neither. So you would write down, or you should have wrote down, neither Priya or Tyler are correct. And here is why, okay? Whenever you make a scale copy of something, it has to be proportional to each side, each width, each length of the original figure. For B, it doubled up in length right here. The arms, I'm going to say the arms will be doubled up, but the width right here stayed to 1, which makes it not a scale copy. C, on the other hand, got wider, doubled up widthwise, but the units right here stayed 1. I'm highlighting this in blue. This stayed 1 unit. Okay? But D satisfy all sides. So I'm going to do this in purple. This is 2 units, 2 units, 2 units, 2 units, 2 units, 2 units. This is 2 units as well. And then the width of, I'm calling it the little arms, is 2 as well. So this whole figure doubled up correctly, okay? So that's what you were supposed to put on your test. A lot of you guys selected one or the other person, but both were incorrect.